What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and Call of Duty is not having a great week, and it really should be, as it's released a new season and it's desperately trying to promote their new expansion pack, which I'm sure is selling fine because, well, Call of Duty just always sells. There's one thing that's consistent with, Call of Duty news is that people buy it no matter what. People play Call of Duty and they complain about Call of Duty, but it's still one of the better games out there. The gap is changing though. The differences between that and some of the other peak games, Apex Legends, things of that. Even Fortnite has a lot of staying power, and a lot of the big streamers, due to this controversy, seem to be spending a little time playing Fortnite in their own sort of mini boycott. And the Call of Duty Twitter account is completely paralyzed. They can't tweet anything. What they're constantly doing is they're tweeting something, getting ratioed, deleting the tweet. Tweeting something, getting ratioed, deleting the tweet. Now, the fervor has started to kind of, die off a little bit, but they're still getting crushed. You see, they're trying to tweet their way through it. You know, they have the CDL championships going on right now. Obviously, the people playing that aren't involved in this. They're trying to just massively tweet, try to get people to, forget about it. And it's starting to work. What they're doing is they're filling up their timeline with Call of Duty League promotions and things of that nature to try and stave off anything that would look like backlash, but people aren't falling for it. You see their pinned tweet from June 14th currently has 5,000 comments compared to just 1,500 likes, which is pathetic for an account that has nearly 5 million followers. But a tweet they put out 40 minutes ago has already been ratioed. 40 minutes. They literally cannot promote the new season of Call of Duty. You see, of course, Leave Children Alone. Yep, Leave Children Alone. The rational LGBT community sides with Nickmercs. Leave Children Alone. Fortnite player, ratio, pass. You should include useful tools for the community. Okay, well, an actual reply. You see, call for money, Recycled Warfare 2, Leave Children Alone, Call of Groomers. I mean, it goes on and on and on. The reason that this is so damaging, and the reason why the consistent ratio or the consistent commenting is so important is because people that don't know about what was going on, they're seeing these tweets and they're saying, that's odd. What's going on with that? And so they look into it and then they find out more. That's exactly what I think Bud Light knows, which is why when Bud Light got embroiled with controversy almost 2 months ago, or more than 2 months ago, they stopped tweeting. Bud Light has not tweeted since April 14th. That is 2 months and a day. 2 full months when the account's number one main purpose is to promote Bud Light. They can't do it. And that's what's happening with Call of Duty. They're saying, strap in for another exciting season. Okay, 2,500 replies to 800 likes. Leave children alone. Leave children alone. Are you still supporting groomers over gamers? Do you support irreversible medical transitions of children? I mean, they're getting pretty spicy. But that's what this is happening, and it's bleeding over to the YouTube channel, which I'm going to show you in a second. This article via GamerAnt. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 recently had to remove 2 skin bundles. Just last month, the FPS title announced that it was collaborating with streamers Nickmercs and Tim the Tatman for operator skins and cosmetics. Many of their fans seemed excited to pick up the bundle to support them, but in early June, Nickmercs made a problematic remark. Again, understand that almost all video game journalism is weirdo leftists that support this kind of thing, so just so you know. He later addressed the controversy but said he wasn't going to apologize for saying that LGBTQ people should stay away from children. Call of Duty responded by promptly removing his skin bundle from Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone stores as it focused on celebrating Pride Month with his employees and communities. Shortly after the incident, Tim the Tatman requested, we already know, Many condemned Nickmercs' actions and also accused Tim the Tatman of being homophobic. Why? Because he wanted to stand in solidarity with his friend? That makes him homophobic? That doesn't even... This is why these people shouldn't be taken seriously. Like, legitimately. Do not take these lunatics seriously because they're all weirdos. Why? He has a problem with gay people. Why? Because he stood with his good friend? Now, I don't know if Tim's a father or not, but, you know, dads seem to be protective of their kids. And they don't want weirdos, these weird... I mean, it's like they keep saying, oh, they're not doing this kind of stuff. They're not coming for your kids. They're not doing this. There was just a teacher in California, like, 3 days ago, who threatened students with Saturday school if they didn't consume LGBTQ propaganda. Like, you think I'm making that up? Look it up. A few days before that, maybe last week, there was a teacher in Canada who scolded and screamed at her students for opting out, not like actively sabotaging or protesting or anything like that, actively just opting out of Pride stuff. And their teacher had a complete meltdown and said that they didn't belong in their country because they said that. The Nickmercs controversy might signal a drastic change in creator collaborations because of the severity of what happened between the streamer of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Video game companies like Activision could avoid working with streamers and content creators in the near future. Such collaborations happen with influencers who are either fans of a certain type of video games or made a name for themselves while playing the game. Previously, Activision had worked with famous athletes like Neymar Jr., Kevin Durant to create playable characters in Call of Duty. Other video game titles have also partnered with streamers for exclusive skins. Fortnite came out with a blue-haired ninja skin to honor one of its top players. Does anybody actually buy and play as these, like, with these skins? I guess if there's like a cool like weapon skin and it's a cool way to support like a streamer that you like, that would be, I guess, what I do. But I would never like change my skin to look like Tim the Tatman. I guess maybe kids do. I don't know that answer. But you know what they're saying is it might be too extreme for video game companies to pass on creator collaborations altogether, but now they could be seen as a risk they're not willing to take to preserve their brand and reputation. Nickmercs' homophobic comment during Pride Month was proof of that. Again, Game Rant is all of these outlets are everything that's wrong with games journalism, games media. And when you take somebody who is relatively uncontroversial, like Nickmercs, or even Tim the Tatman, you call them homophobic for saying stay away from little kids, like, you look like a weirdo creep, right? Like, this is, you know, this article was published 41 minutes ago. Like, they're going to continue to come out, and Activision is going to continue to be on the side of what? Going after little kids. I suppose, to be fair, most people that play their game are like 12 years old. But, you know, I mean, there's definitely older people that play the game. But, you know, I've been in some lobbies. And by the way, these kids are very good at the game. You know, I've definitely been roasted by some 8-year-old who shouldn't even be in the game. But, you know, Activision needs their parents' credit cards. Speaking of which, Call of Duty uploaded this video yesterday. Behind the scenes of Vondel and Beanox, Intel drops Call of Duty Warzone. Now, of course, you have Call of Duty so white. Man, they don't even have one single person of color on that stage. Seems like pretty racist. This tweet gets 900, or this video got 900 likes. Let's take a look at the dislikes. Let's see. It has...
What makes Vondel very unique is just...
2,300 dislikes according to the Restore the Dislike plugin. Now, I do think it's also interesting. One interesting thing you might notice here: they disabled comments. And anybody, you might be saying, "Hey, they probably just disabled all their comments." Wrong. On their last video they uploaded a day ago, they still have comments enabled. It has 3.1 thousand likes and, drumroll, 10,000 dislikes. Drop into Season 4 and, listen to this music or whatever. You know I love this music, but leave the children alone. We stand with Nick. The COD community stands with Nick. Leave kids alone. We stand with Nick. Leave kids alone. I mean, it's never ending. They have, and like, they already tried. They've tried to kind of ignore it away, but people are not. People have not let this be. Now, I don't know if Nick has streamed recently. I suspect he's probably keeping a low profile. It's been, a week since he's streamed? So, it's going to be interesting to see how all this shakes out for him. If he lost, he was filming some sort of commercial, I know. What we do know about these weirdo woke news media outlets is they're going to continue to call Nickmercs and Tim the Tatman homophobic until they lose everything. That's really what they want. They want him to lose everything. And if you think that sounds extreme, then I ask you to simply look at the dozens of examples where the media, especially video games media, goes after people they think are too busy thinking for themselves. And they don't, they go against the woke narrative, and they'll do everything they can to get their sponsorships removed. They're demonetized. And this is what the media does. And it's disgusting. And, Call of Duty should probably stay away from little kids. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do subscribe down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.